Good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. And it is Saturday. It's the weekend. The weekend is here. But, I always got stuff to do. You could call me maybe a workaholic, because I like to work. I have to feel busy. Idle hands are the devil's work, and I'm not trying to hook up with the devil and things. So I stay busy, and I like being busy. So I've got some errands to run. I got to look at some. They want to make these hydroponic planters and stuff, and they want me to see if I can come up with an idea for them and things, and so on. And then tomorrow, oh man, I can't wait. Tomorrow, going down to see my in-laws for Father's Day. My wife's going to spend the day with her dad and stuff, and while she's doing that, I'm going to do what I love to do. I'm going to be working on the red brick house. I've got the plans together, so next week I'll go down and get the permit, but we're going to do a little work, hopefully on the front porch. It's supposed to rain, but I'm going to try and find a way that I can start doing some stuff on there because it is time to get that place fixed. And I want to thank like Howard Floyd last night for the generous super chats and stuff. Some of the money that we're making from that, we're going to be using that to try and get the red brick house together. So I appreciate that and the support and all that from all you guys. And also, don't forget, tomorrow is Father's Day, okay? You got a dad, a good dad who's been there, taught you how to throw a football or helped you with the computer or helped you with that hard-ass math. Make sure you take care of that. Make sure you take care of the dad. And if you don't have a dad and your mom was the one who took care of his role, was the one that took you to those football games and told you, you go ahead and don't turn that football over. You take care of that football. You make sure you do the right thing. Take care of that mother on this Mother's Day too, on this Father's Day too. And I appreciate you, Miss Anita Applebaum, and Miss Jackie sending me a couple little things for Father's Day. I appreciate all that you guys do. So here we are. It's Saturday morning, and I've got some errands to go out here and run and things and get that desk over in Maryland and things. So I'm going to have to hurry up and get this thing done. Jamal Adams is trying to go the Jalen Ramsey route and trying to be disruptive. The reality is the Jets don't have to do anything. They can be SOBs. They can make him play on his current contract for the next 2 years. They can franchise tag him after that and don't have to pay him another dime. And in reality, they have all the advantages now because of the new CBA. It was all, counting your money and everything when you were looking at the amount of money. It was kind of cool that, hey, I don't have to worry about being suspended if I get busted for smoking weed. You looked at all those things in there, but when you dug deeper, you found out there's some new rules that change everything. And one of them being is, from now on, if you hold out, that's your ass. That's your ass. $40,000 a day, game check for every preseason game, and you lose a year of eligibility. So you can't. You just can't hold out. You can hold out but normally there's 4 preseason games. You hold out for 4 preseason games, that's a quarter of your pay you done lost, on top of the $40,000 a day. And it's non-forgivable. And you lose a season of eligibility. So you hold out and decide, okay, I'm going to come in for the first game. You done lost 4 game checks. You done lost 40,000 times however many practices. And now they own you for another year. So you go from having 2 years that they have your rights enough to pay you to now 3 years. So the reality is Jamal Adams is doing the only thing he can do. And he tweeted out last night, or said on Instagram, the time has come. Please release me. Let me go. There's no hard feelings here. Please. He's basically begging them. Look, okay, I'm done. This is over with. Please. I'm begging you to release me, to end this. Okay? He's gone on to the being nice. Before it was kind of like, he was throwing venom. Now we're going to I'm begging you, I'm going to be nice now. Can we do this? Can we work this out? And so that's where we are with that situation. And the ball is really in the Jets' court. They don't have to do anything, and unfortunately that sucks for him. We'll see if the Jets end up having a heart and say, you know what, we'll take some compensation and all that and keep this from getting ugly. That would be the hope for Jamal Adams, and maybe that's the reason why he was trying to be a little bit nicer. But we'll have to wait and see. I came across this yesterday, which was kind of interesting. Colin Cowherd, and see, you always want to listen to everything. Even if it's an opinion that you don't like, everybody and everything can teach you something. And from time to time, they may surprise you with some stuff. So I want you to listen to this clip from Colin Cowherd. Get the right
It's called spread value of coaches. How many points is your coach worth? Now, we all know, Bill Belichick's worth some points, right? Nobody would deny that. And, we know Joe Judge with the New York Giants right now probably isn't worth any points. Not yet.
Not with Jason Garrett.
So they came out Fox Bet. And the names at the top are not surprising. Bill Belichick is worth a field goal. Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan, John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Doug Peterson, Pete Carroll, Sean McDermott. What? Number 8 is Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is worth mostly the same as Sean McVay. What? He's worth more than Pete Carroll and Doug Peterson. He's almost same as Andy Reid. Well, how's that possible? I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. Did you know that Mike McCarthy's winning percentage plus a Super Bowl is higher than Pete Carroll's, John Harbaugh's, and Andy Reid? 62%. Did you know that? Did you know that Mike McCarthy has more playoff wins than Vince Lombardi, Tony Dungy, Mike Tomlin, Sean Payton, Jimmy Johnson, and Mike Shanahan? Yeah, the guy that looks like a Chicago cop. Did you know that? How is it possible Fox Bet says he's a better coach than Pete Carroll, right up there with Andy Reid? Why? Because we were forced to take a side. In Green Bay, we had to pick a side, right? The media was so, and this is so American media in 2020, political or sports, was so giddy with Aaron Rodgers. At one point, they were calling him the GOAT. I'm not making it up. We were calling him the GOAT. I mean, Marino, Elway, Peyton, Favre, Staubach, Tom Brady, the GOAT. But the media, foaming, made us pick a side. How come Aaron's not winning more? How come he's not winning more Super Bowls? So the media said, Aaron is great and Mike McCarthy's a Milwaukee cop. But here's the funny thing, is that McCarthy left and Aaron Rodgers' numbers went down. His completion percentage down slightly, his passer rating down slightly, 400 yards a game, or 400 yards total for the season went down. That's with Devontae Adams. That was with an improved defense. It's not like the Bears were good last year. It's not like Detroit wasn't a complete grease fire last year. The division was worse than the year before. How's that possible? The Bears weren't as good as the previous year. The Lions were terrible because Matt Stafford was out. Minnesota was about the same. Not quite as good, but pretty good. Dalvin Cook got hurt. And the numbers went down. Is it possible that we always gave Aaron way too much credit and Mike McCarthy not enough credit? I mean, it should be noted that Russell Wilson has more fourth-quarter comebacks than Aaron Rodgers, despite almost 50 fewer NFL starts. Well, we'll find the answer out this year. Okay, so right now, if you think Aaron's the reason they won and Mike is just nothing, we're going to find out. And we're going to know probably by December 10th, December 15th. Because Mike McCarthy now takes over the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott, who none of you think is great. You think he's good, you think he's a franchise guy, you think he's solid, you think he's a good leader, you think he's reliable, but you don't think he's Favre, you don't think he's Brady, you don't think he's Breeze, you don't think... If Mike McCarthy wins in Dallas and Dak Prescott flourishes, can we all then be authentic and honest and acknowledge due to the fact we were forced to pick sides, we always gave Aaron way too much credit, and we never gave Mike McCarthy enough. I mean, he's not.
Okay, so enough of that. You can only listen to so much before your brain starts to rot. But wait a minute. So what he's saying, here's the craziness with Colin Cowherd, and you have to weed your way through when you listen to him. So hypothetically, he's saying that Aaron Rodgers really isn't Aaron Rodgers, that he was actually Mike McCarthy. Okay, that's an argument that we get. And if you say that Mike McCarthy is worth 3 points difference, 3 points. I don't know what Jason Garrett's worth, but I don't think it's positive points. I just don't. But if hypothetically, if we just had 3 more points in games last year, that means you beat the New Orleans Saints because you lost 12-10. That means you beat the Jets because you lost 24-22, mind you, without Amari Cooper, La'el Collins, and Tyron Smith. And you probably win the Minnesota Vikings game because if you have that 3 points where we lost 28-24, you would have kicked the field goal in the end instead of trying to go for it on 4th down and would have won that one as well. So that's 3 games. So hypothetically, if the coach was worth 3 points and we ended up winning just those 3 games, we would have been 11-5. We would have won the division, and we would have had 4 years of winning records with Dak Prescott. So would that change your opinion on Dak Prescott as well? That you could actually look and say, maybe coaching was a problem. And when you think about, he brought up Pete Carroll, for example. How many times have we gone into games in the 4th quarter where we've got, a 1-score, 2-score leads? In the back of your mind, this is before Dak Prescott, really. This is back with Tony Romo and things and Jason Garrett. But how many times in the back of your mind were you thinking, how are the Cowboys going to lose this game? Literally, that's the way it used to be because you could never be happy. I don't care if it was a whole quarter. I don't care if it was 2 minutes. With Jason Garrett at the helm, you always had this fear that we were going to give up a lead. We did to Mike McCarthy, where we were up 26-3 at halftime. You're not supposed to lose those kind of games. And when you talk about a guy like Pete Carroll, when he has a lead at halftime, not 4th quarter, at halftime, I think he's lost like 2 games. That could be a 1-point lead at halftime. Good coaches help you win. They don't lose ways. They make sure they manage situations that are going to be positive. We've never had that. So when you look at this, Mike McCarthy coming in and seeing Dak flourish says a lot about Mike McCarthy, that maybe Mike McCarthy is the reason why Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers and maybe the reason why, the team won that Super Bowl because of the coach behind him. What this will say a lot more about is how bad Jason Garrett was and that the quarterback was better than he was given credit for. You can have a lot of talent, but if nobody knows how to use it, I could have the most beautiful piece of wood out there that you've ever seen, most expensive piece. But if I don't know how to cut it, if I don't know how to sand it, if I don't know how to stain it and bring out the beauty that's there, it just looks like a piece of trash. So hopefully we get to have a season. Hopefully we get to have a season, and we'll find out. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. Don't forget about Dad and or Mom for Father's Day. And as always, I'll see you guys soon.